My brain blew up.
Hey, what's up, guys? It is Splashtime here on Feeble Worldwide. You're watching the video version. If you want the audio-only version, you can find that on Spotify. And we just opened the donation link. So if you want to help us out, improve the set, improve the equipment, and just keep us splashing here in the splash zone, then hit that link and you can donate. Anything is appreciated, small or big. We love you guys. Anyway, I am here with the homie Grant. He is a fucking sick-ass skateboarder, sick-ass musician, and just an all-around intelligent being, I feel like.
I'm fucking enlightened, bro. Let me tell you.
But, I mean, how'd you fucking get into skateboarding, dog? Like, because that's how I met you. I met you at the skate park.
Yeah, I'm at Springtime.
I feel like, low-key, not to, and I hope this isn't an insult. It shouldn't be. You're a skate park vagrant. Because you just be chilling, and you be skating,
that's the story.
And then you just spend, you just be at the skate park.
Yeah,
and I like
the story.
that.
It's like I tell people that are like when I probably first met you, you asked me if I'm always coming here. I looked at one of the cracks in the ground. It's like I've been here since
that crack was created.
Like,
fuck yeah.
And I've been sitting here staring at it.
before I named it Splashtime.
Fucking, I don't know, but it's been there longer than I've been skating, because
really
15 years ago it was just a tennis court that had a couple little ramps and rails on it.
It used to be a tennis court?
Yeah.
What the fuck?
And it was a tennis court in the 70s.
Okay.
When there was when they built that pool, or whenever they built the pool.
Yeah.
But it was probably like 15 years ago that they paved it over with concrete and put those prefab ramps that were on there for the longest time. And then like maybe 7 years ago they put those sculptures that are there now.
Yeah.
And it's just the people who were there that remember the old one. That's like everybody that goes nowadays.
Yeah.
Because it's just like older dudes.
Bro, I'm so fucking sad I never got to skate the OG Springtime. It looked way more fun.
But those ledges, that's what everybody skated anyway. There were a couple different rails that everybody liked, but those ledges were the party.
Well, that's why I'm always there. Plus,
that's why everybody's still there. And I like the other stuff, but I also like just fucking sitting there.
Yeah.
Because now they have the fucking fence there with a little concrete wall before the fence that you can stick your board in.
Yeah, I always see you doing that.
And I just fucking sit with my board like that.
Yeah.
All night.
Just big boy stuff.
I'm going to go there tonight.
Fuck yeah, dude. But so if you're chilling at a skate park all day, then like, what do you do for a living? Because I know you make music and shit.
Just play guitar.
That's fucking beautiful though. Do you?
Sometimes I do other stuff like a vacuum apartment or like the office high rises and stuff, like you know, like whatever.
Just kind of odd jobs.
But yeah, it's like random stuff, like 1099 stuff.
Yeah,
because that's like what I'm used to. But usually it's either playing guitar, recording other people playing guitar, or like that's pretty much it. I try to just stick to, because it's such a good place to learn, since that's the thing I'm trying to learn about doing is like playing guitar and being decent at it.
Yeah.
So just surrounding myself with people who are fucking decent at it.
That's the way to do with any creative
any
outlet.
craft at all.
Yeah, you got to surround yourself with people who are talented and passionate. Yeah.
Better than you.
Yeah. Better than you, and have more drive than you, because it's going to fuel you too.
Because you don't know what it's like to have to need it that bad when you're 45 fucking years old and you have a wife and 4 kids and you are still playing the saxophone. Yeah.
Yeah. You don't want to be, you know,
like as in bars. Yeah. It's one thing to play the saxophone for a living, but for $150 a night, like those guys want it more than you do.
Yeah.
When you're 23.
Yeah.
Like, and they fucking have to be there.
Yeah.
It's not like, and for when you're young and like you don't really know much about what you're doing, it's like you just get caught up in it's easy to get caught up in how exciting it is to fucking be there.
Yeah.
And they are not excited to be there.
It's like that. I mean, like I have never went to an open mic, or I've seen a few comedy shows, but like from what I've heard from like comedians, podcasts and shit, is that it's kind of like that at the comedy club too. Is there's some dudes who are just fucking stuck there,
grinding,
bro, and there's other people who are like in heaven, like oh my god, like this is
the lights are blinding them, and they got their hand in their pocket with the one thumb sticking out, and they're trying to remember the jokes that they wrote down. They're trying to remember all the jokes that they wrote down on the post-it notes in their fucking call center job.
Yeah. Bro, you ever worked at a call center?
Oh yeah,
really?
For a long time. I actually did. Yeah, I took escalation calls for a home warranty company.
Okay.
So like, and there were second tier escalations. So if your AC went out in Arizona and it's been 6 months, and the contractor says it's the home warranty's fault that's taking so long, and you've already talked to a supervisor and you weren't happy with what they had to say, you got to talk to me.
You're like the fucking.
I would give
the
my
last
opener.
man on the line.
I would give my little opener thing, and they would interrupt me and just scream into the phone, like, because they've already heard it 1,000 times.
Yeah.
And like, you know, at that point, they're already like, I just want to talk to the CEO, and they fucking gave me you. Who the fuck are you? I demanded the CEO, and they put me through to you. How old are you?
Bro, I'm sure you must have had a great time with that.
Oh, dude, I did that for a year and a half.
Was it like,
Yeah.
Did you enjoy it or?
I fucking loved it
Yeah.
because I was so good at it. Because
What made you good at it?
They have a contract that they signed.
So you got
That
like a lot of people to sign this shit.
No, it's a home warranty. So you sign the contract that lets them pay for like if your dishwasher breaks or like if your AC goes out, if the home warranty includes your AC, and like it's like kind of like insurance, but it's just like legally different because it's a warranty and not insurance.
Yeah.
And so those contracts are really specific and very short and easy to understand.
Yeah.
And so all the people who don't understand them are relatively easy to influence.
Yeah. And trick, basically.
No, because they already signed it.
Yeah,
So I don't have to do any tricking at
Yeah.
all. They already fucking signed it. The contract that says that I'm not liable. The company is not liable for failure to provide timely service due to anything at all.
Fuck, bro. That's fucking wild. I've thought about working at a call center before.
It's really easy, depending on because the call center is just a business process outsourcer in most cases, where they take on, like, say, like a home warranty company or a fucking insurance agency or something will hire this call center to do their customer service or take these specific kind of calls. So depending on what the client is, it can be the fucking easiest job you've ever imagined.
Yeah.
Or it can be the most mentally exhausting that you've ever imagined.
I mean, I just imagine getting yelled at all day might be kind of taxing, but
It
if you
is.
think it's funny,
Yeah.
then like it's whatever.
Especially like once you like at the very beginning when you start taking escalation calls at that kind of a level, you realize that these people are like wounded animals. That they're not
a good way to put
concerned.
it.
It's like fucking National Geographic. They're not concerned with anything other than wounding you.
Fuck, dude.
It's
yeah.
seriously like a fucking psychological trip.
Yeah, it's crazy how mad people
Yeah.
get at
Oh, dude.
like
When it's their fridge.
Over
I've
the
got a
phone help.
million fucking stories. Like, and I don't like, because there's so many of them where it's
Yeah.
just the fucking like a faucet that's dripping in a fucking room that they never go in.
and they are losing
And they
their
are
shit
losing
over
their
it.
fucking mind.
Yeah.
Yeah, at
going
you.
mad, bro. And for some reason it's your fault.
Of course, it's
And
because you're the one that's supposed to fix it.
Basically outsourced by this other company. Like you don't even have anything to do with it.
I work for the call center down the street. It's like this company that's from like Omaha, Nebraska.
Just fucking skating all day.
Yeah, exactly. Going to the skate park afterwards.
So how'd you start skating?
Fucking being a kid, like I think most people kind of started skating.
Just
It's
hanging out
like,
in the street, outside your house, in the cul-de-sac.
in the streets, yeah.
Yeah.
On the corner, you know.
Yeah.
No.
On the block.
Yeah, holding it down, representing, you know.
Fuck yeah. No, shout out Desert Gold, bro. That was the old block. Me and the homie Shamir held that shit down hard.
Held
for real,
it down.
for real.
I was there. No.
Misty Way.
R.I.P.
Fuck.
Jamal. No, I'm just kidding. No, I was just fucking riding my bike
Dude, I
one
thought
day.
you were serious for a second. Because just your face, bro. The look on your face, I was like, oh, damn. R.I.P. Jamal, though.
No. Yeah, I mean, there's probably a Jamal that died today, so rip him.
Damn. Yeah, honestly.
What do you think about it?
What?
Because that's like a really,
said
it's probably
what?
one of those common names in the entire world.
Yeah. Yeah, I mean, dude, speaking of name shit, I mentioned this in common names. I mentioned this in the last podcast, but so my name is Blake, right?
Mm-hmm.
So I have a Snapchat group chat called the Blake Nation. It wasn't started by me. I was added to it. But it's over 50 people around the state of Texas and a few outside the United States. Maybe one outside the U.S. named Blake.
Y'all need to all have an orgy.
That's what I'm saying. We just need to at least throw a party. I don't know about a whole orgy. I mean, not saying it wouldn't be iconic as fuck.
It would be the fucking most legendary thing to ever happen.
And it would have to be filmed. I feel like that would get a lot of clicks on a porn site.
It would be a whole VHS fucking series.
Dude, I'm mad. That would go viral on Pornhub for sure.
X videos. I know them all.
50 Blake orgy. It's all dudes with the same name.
Yeah, dude. I bet that's already happened. Maybe not with the name Blake, but probably a name like Dylan. I'm sorry, any Dylans. But you've got that kind of name.
Yeah, bro. It's funny how like.
And Dylan Ritter is one of my favorite skaters of all time. If you couldn't tell, my fucking
maybe you shouldn't have said Dylan, dog.
But he was probably there. No.
Dude, what? I was in an abandoned building one time.
I wish I could have just watched. Jeez.
Dude. They used to say Dylan Reeder was like the hottest in Street League.
I said that.
No, did you ever watch that one? Okay, it was like 9 Club before 9 Club where it was, what's that guy, Rob Brink? Did you ever watch that shit? Yeah, it would just be skateboarders.
Was it the Weekend Buzz?
Yes.
I'm always talking about that shit, dude.
Yeah, I used to watch the fuck out of that.
There's a homie from Springtime who got fucking like mad fucking shitted on by Rob Brink on Instagram for like a week straight because he sold him some Dylan fucking Huffs that had a scuff mark on them.
What the fuck?
Seriously,
That's
you can ask
legendary.
Mark about it if you know who I'm talking about. Like,
Hell.
or like every day there'd be a post about how much of a piece of shit this guy is, and like go fucking hate on his account, like all this shit.
Rob Brink was.
I still love watching the Weekend Buzz, but like that
Dude,
fucking
I
shit
need to
is
go back
legendary.
and watch them because I like when I
not
like,
the ones with Erica Yeri. Please, for the love of God.
Hey, she was all right though. I mean, but Rob was always
looking,
the
but
character.
every time she opens her mouth, it's just like Jesus Christ.
Yeah, I never understood how she got into skateboarding. She doesn't even skate, right?
She did when she was a fucking tiny ass kid at fucking Skate Lab with fucking Tori Pudwill when they were little kids.
Okay, she's like a little skate park rat.
Yeah.
Okay, and just
in the
everyone knows
beginning,
her.
and then she stopped.
Not the shit.
Because
I mean,
after puberty, everybody just didn't care that she skated. They just thought she was hot. So she's like, oh, maybe I don't even have to skate.
comments used to be so thirsty for her, bro.
Still, probably her Instagram is blowing up. As a matter of fact,
What is she? Is she still involved in skateboarding?
Let's find out. She'll always be active, Erica.
It used to be funny when you'd watch Street League on TV. If you also watch Weekend Buzz, you would see Rob Brink like taking photos and shit. Like he would get TV time randomly in the background.
He's like one of the most iconic fucking skateboarding journalists of all time.
Yeah.
Like he's
out there, bro.
Epically Later, that was like mainly his idea.
Was it really?
Yeah, he did the first season.
That. Oh shit! It was okay. Epically Later, I may be wrong, but it was a Vice thing, right?
It was
Vice
eventually,
used to be like a skateboard
it was a YouTube
magazine
thing,
type
way
shit.
like at the beginning of YouTube.
Yeah, because it's old, bro. But I fucking see almost every episode of it. I think
the most recent picture on her Instagram is her with Brian Anderson. So yeah, I think she's still. But look at what he's got on. Look at what both of them have on. He's got a cowboy hat and with the Loctite fucking Home Depot chain around his neck.
Oh my god, that's iconic.
That's
Holy
the hardest.
fuck.
Oh my gosh. And Erica's got the New York Times crossword puzzle T-shirt that she got on Etsy.
No, I can't get over the lock.
Yeah, the Loctite.
It's just a straight up.
That's the kind of chain that you would use.
Lock.
Yeah, that's the kind of chain that you would use to pull a tree stump out of your fucking backyard.
That shit must be heavy as hell on his neck, bro. Imagine trying to skate with that thing.
Imagine he still is doing the switch front 180 5-0s down
He's gonna knock
up.
up and break his teeth.
Brian Anderson is so sick.
Dude.
Kenny Anderson.
Kenny Anderson looks like Kenji.
Fucking just like this fool.
Bro, our homie Kenji, who skates good as fuck. Shout out Kenji, bro.
Just as good as Kenny Anderson. Watch out.
To be honest, yeah. And he also be looking just like him.
No, I'm just kidding. I like never mind.
You got the White Claw. You got the White Claw Surge, bro. You fucking with those?
Well, it's 2 for $3.50. and they're 8%.
Yeah, it's all you need.
I'm not like
and bro,
getting paid.
That's 16%.
Like I'm not getting paid by White Claw or anything or 7-Eleven, which is where I bought it.
I wish I was
one next to
sponsored by
Springtime.
7-Eleven. That'd be hard.
I'll skate for 7-Eleven.
You know, like Theodis Beasley. I don't know if he still does. You know who that is?
Mm-hmm.
He used to ride for like a cookie company and shit. Like he used to have a bunch of really weird random sponsors.
Greg Lutzka he just was mentioned in Gifted Haters videos about like he had like a swag tier list. He used to ride for Toyota.
What the fuck?
Yeah.
Were they giving him cars? That's fucking lit, bro.
You see him on the red carpet with fucking giant Toyota stickers on the bottom of his board.
Yeah. Would they use him in ads? Are there ads with him like kickflipping over a Toyota or some shit?
Maybe.
That's
probably what it would have been. Like,
dude,
the only reason why
look that up, bro.
Yeah. He used to rock the fedora too.
Really? You got the fedora right here. Shit's looking beautiful. The one he had at the skate park though was fucking sick. It was black and it had the peacock feather, bro.
That's fucking.
And he had the Boy Scout hat too. Never been to the Boy Scouts, but
I was
Oh, you got it right here.
Yeah, I got it. I don't know what they would call like when you first start. A Cub Scout.
Yeah.
I did that shit.
I don't know. Oh, you did?
As part of like a homeschool fucking program.
Did you ever did you make like a wooden CO2 car?
Did not get that far.
Damn. Bro, I remember my homies. I knew these kids in school. They were at school. They're like, I was asking if they want to hang out after school. They're like, nah, we got a soapbox derby for Boy Scouts. So I was like, what the fuck? That's lit, bro. I want to get involved.
Yeah, right.
I remember going home and being like, Mom, can I join Boy Scouts? I'm trying to do the soapbox derby. Like, that's sick.
I don't even know how to spell Greg Lutz. I don't even remember what the fuck his last name is.
It's Lutzka.
Oh.
Lutz. Yeah. It's like Lutzka.
Yeah.
Oh, wow. I did not know how to spell it, but I got it right. So, wait, okay. Greg Lutzka, Toyota ad. Toyota.
I think that means beep boop in Japanese. Because that's the sound a car makes.
Damn, I'm not seeing anything, bro. That would be funny.
No, I think Nissan actually does mean made in Japan.
Really? What the fuck? What does Hyundai mean? Because I've always drove Hyundais.
I have no fucking clue.
Whipping in the fucking Elantra.
He probably like won the sponsorship as like a part of a Dew Tour thing, honestly.
Yeah. That's weird. Did you ever watch Dew Tour? I never really watched.
Well, yeah. I
Dew Tour
like,
that much.
Because it was like on TV.
Yeah.
And like the
But
weekends, like
on TV too.
after this old house was over, my dad's gone into the garage to do whatever the fuck he's doing for the weekend, and
you want to watch
when
skateboarding?
I come back from fucking skateboarding,
yeah, you want to watch more skateboarding.
I didn't even know that was on. I fucking just like I see Dew Tour and I'm just like, oh, it's X Games. Maybe they'll be fucking doing backflips and shit. And
now it's like that with the Olympics.
Yeah. Exactly.
Your dad pulls up the Olympics. He's like, oh shit, kickflip front crook, sick.
Was that Switch?
Bro, fucking Jagger eating at the Olympics with his AirPods.
All three of the
out.
fucking... I'm just like picturing that image of like the most recent Street League of like all three of the podium dudes are like, they have a Cariuma shirt and a Red Bull hat on.
God damn, bro. Dude.
All three of them. At least Red Bull lets you pick the color of the hat.
Yeah.
Cariumas, they're all wearing white Cariuma shirts.
Yeah. Bro, the fucking, it's like the Cariuma robot fit.
Yeah.
You know what I mean?
Seriously.
Cariuma soldier.
Cariuma is the NPC skate shoe.
I have yet to see any in person. But they're all over the internet
They
somehow.
just started selling them in skate shops. Like, for the longest time, they said, no, we're not going to sell to you skate shops. We're going to sell direct because we want to make money and not fucking support skateboarding. And now that's fucking, like, it's not as hot as they want it to be. Yeah. They're selling to skate shops.
Because skateboarding will always fight back against lame shit. I feel like better than any other culture.
Aren't, though. Some skate shops are carrying it. I'm not going to fucking name any in San Antonio that are, but there's one in particular that unashamedly carries Karyumas, and I don't understand it.
But skate shops gotta do what they gotta do, bro. It's better.
Of course they do. But
I'd rather see skate shops finesse Karyuma than...
I'll go and buy a pair of Last Resorts from them just to not have to have them...
Well, that's the thing. You're going to buy those, and the kids will buy the Karyuma. Either way, the skate shops are making money. Yeah. Karyuma's making a little bit.
Karyuma's making more than
for
the skate shop.
But they're making some. That's better than none.
More than the skate shop is still kind of whack. Because those shoes cost 15 cents to make.
Yeah, for sure.
Like, whatever the fuck it is.
It's all eco-friendly.
And, like, did you see that guy who was, like, went on, like, a 20-minute rant about why... Anybody who hates
Dale
on Karyuma,
Decker?
yeah.
Oh my god, that shit was embarrassing.
And how he was saying that they're less expensive than the Last Resorts, but they're not, and all this.
Yeah, that shit was embarrassing for him, bro. He should. I can't believe anyone's still watching that guy taking him seriously just because he was so wrong about so many things.
The whole time.
It was just, why would you post this on the internet, bro?
Some people are like, oh, there's no right or wrong in skateboarding. Even Professor Schmidt will say that there's no right or wrong in skateboarding. I don't think he's seen those guys' videos. Yeah. I mean, dude, there are some of those guys that I fuck with, but that guy is odd. Or what is that? Ben DeGrosse. All that whole...
Oh, yeah. Hey, Ben DeGrosse was the reason I bought Blazers, though. So I give him credit on that. He did a good review.
I think Grant Taylor should have been the reason you bought Blazers.
Well, okay, that too. But I'm saying I needed to hear someone give an in-depth review, and he had a good in-depth review. You know what I mean?
Asked me.
I could have, but I didn't know you at the time. But no, obviously Grant Taylor was an influence.
Yeah, it's there because because of course you want to hear somebody else say, because that's why if I'm buying a piece of studio gear, I want to know what other people who've used it think about it.
Yeah.
Especially if they have some sort of reason for me to believe, or actually trust the things that they say.
Yeah.
If they own a studio and they've worked in it and supported themselves through it for fucking 40 years.
That's how I found all this equipment through people like that on YouTube.
It's the same thing with fucking skateboarding shit. And I'm even a fucking bigger nerd about that shit than fucking
this dude knows
else.
so much about skate parts and shit. I admire how deep he is.
I just get
because I really just be putting whatever. I mean, I've gotten a little bit more because I've met a few people who are very technical about what they put on their board. So I've gotten a little bit more technical. But throughout my skateboarding career, I've really just kind of gotten whatever wheels and whatever. And
people buy the graphics based on the way that they look.
Dude, honestly, I stopped caring about graphics at one point because I knew I'd fuck them up. Mm-hmm. But now I know that I'm gonna. Now I've been so deep in knowing that I'm gonna fuck it up that I switch back to getting dope graphics because I'm like, I might as well fuck up a cool graphic than fuck up a random graphic.
Because it's so fucking sick to just have that board. You put your trucks on it and you fucking look at it and you're like,
yeah, beautiful. Even destroyed too, it's still beautiful. Yeah. I mean,
especially if it's dope ass graphic, you'll just keep especially me fucking sitting at the skate park most of the time, just looking at my board. It's so fucking sick looking.
Yeah. Dude, the board you set up the other day, that grip job and all that shit was cool as fuck.
I need to get some more fucking paint pens. The only paint pen that I had was the same color as the top stain of my fucking deck.
Fuck, that's annoying.
So it's what the fuck am I gonna do with that?
It'd probably blend in almost perfectly, right?
It's the same exact color.
Oh my god, you could draw on the grip tape maybe, and it might look kind of cool.
That's what I was doing, but I'm gonna need to get another white one because I'm really digging the pink and the teal with the white on the grip tape.
The white paint pen in general is just the best paint pen color, low key, bro. It's a paint pen.
Especially for grip tape, it's all black.
Yeah, you gotta put white on there. Yeah. For the most part, I've always used different colored bolts to determine what side is my nose and tail. Mm-hmm. But at one point, I think I accidentally bought some bolts that didn't have separate colors, so I started drawing little shit on the nose area and white paint pens the whole time. Except when I couldn't find one, I think I used a red one. But
yeah, I like the way that the teal is kind of the neutral color to complement the black of the grip tape, and then the pink and the white are the contrast. You
don't have that board right now? You have the Kryptonic board.
Yeah, I got the little baby board.
This shit's dope though. Look at this.
It took me so long to figure out how to screw the rails in by hand when putting a bend in it too. I had to bend them out to match the shape of the board, and that really helps a lot too, especially if you do it the other way. on like a regular board with square rails or kind of straight ones for like front smiths and stuff like that, it'll just like lock you right in.
Yeah.
Like where you're not on the kingpin hardly, you don't have to get an inverted kingpin. Like you're on the truck and the riser.
Yeah, just fucking chilling on it.
Yeah.
Kickflip out.
Fuck yeah, not me. Maybe you.
I appreciate that.
I went to Pearsall and I was shredding this thing all day.
That would be fun as hell to skate at Pearsall.
Yeah, it's the only thing that's fun to do at Pearsall is ride this thing.
Oh no, we were just talking about how good the pole jam is there, though.
Yeah, that's like, yeah, that thing's a lot of fun.
I need to go back and skate it. I haven't been in a while.
Yeah, there's a lot of roller skaters that go in the mornings.
Fuck yeah,
especially.
need that.
I do anyway. Sheesh.
Dude, some of
I
those
hope none of
roller
them see
skater
this.
girls are fucking gnarly.
Yeah, I hope none of them hear this.
Hey, fuck it, put yourself on, bro. No, but dude, one time I seen this girl at a park in Houston. She was on the mini ramp and she was like doing this shit where she would do a trick on one end of the coping and then go up and she would handstand on the coping and then drop back in like fakie. It was fucking wild, bro.
Yeah, roller skaters were the first ones to do 540s in pools
Really? I didn't know that. That's fucking crazy.
in the 70s.
So has anyone done like a 720 in a pool?
Yeah.
Has anyone done 900 in a
on
pool?
skates? I'm sure no.
No, I'm talking about on a skateboard.
No, because a 720 is a good one in a pool is fakie to fakie or in anything because it's almost impossible to do it like regular or because if you didn't start at fakie, you'd be landing fakie.
Yeah.
So it'd be fakie to regular, and so somebody's done it on roller skates.
That.
Yeah, 720. If you go,
No, I'm saying I was
Yeah.
just making. I was.
if you
fucking
start
with you.
fakie, you'll land regular. But if you start regular, you land fakie.
Yeah.
But that's why 900 is regular to regular.
Yeah.
Or
And that last
or
spin
a
is like
540.
so difficult
Yeah.
usually.
Yeah, or 540 is regular to regular. Everybody knows that, or fakie to fakie. But
Bro, you skate transition. Would you ever hit the mega ramp?
fuck yeah, are you kidding me?
Fuck, like you hit the gap.
Like I would fucking love to skate the mega ramp. Like that is like, of course, it's a bucket list type of thing.
Yeah.
The microphone's probably too
Hopefully,
far away.
hopefully Bob Burnquist is
Yeah.
listening to Splashtime because I feel
I
like
will
he is.
do an early grab backside fucking rodeo flip
Fuck
if that
yeah.
exists. No, I'll
I've-
backflip it. No.
It's like the only thing you can backflip.
Yeah.
Unless you do an early
No.
grab.
I'll do it. Yeah, I'll early grab it for sure.
Yeah.
Or even if you, maybe not, because I can't imagine crouching up to that launch
Yeah,
ramp
that's
going
pretty
50.
fucking gnarly.
Like I would feel like I just like when I crouch down, I just smack into the fucking launch ramp.
Yeah, yeah. That's basically what Lizzie did.
Yeah.
Pretty much. That fall
Exactly,
is fucking scary,
and that was one of the
bro.
most gnarly mega ramp slams
Yeah.
ever.
And I'm
It's up there
surprised
with-
that shit doesn't
Yeah.
happen more often. I don't know if
right?
I've seen
Well,
it that many
They
times.
take it really fucking seriously.
Yeah.
Like
yeah, obviously. You got to be like specially trained to
like,
skate that thing.
Even just regular vert skating, like if it's a 12-foot half pipe or a 10-foot bowl, like if you're trying to do it for any length of time, you got to take it really seriously.
Yeah.
Because that shit will eat you up like
Bro,
not
you're
like a
skating
ledge.
the side of buildings,
Yeah.
dog.
It's not like a fucking ledge.
Yeah,
How
no.
like the worst case scenario is you scorpion from fucking a foot off the ground.
Yeah.
Like
Vert ramps are
you
scary,
will
bro.
fucking get bodied.
Yeah.
Like, there's a
Yeah.
reason why you don't see street skaters with pads and vert skaters with pads. Like,
Yeah.
they make hip pads for vert skaters and fucking all this shit.
You
like,
need
it's like,
that shit if you want to do it for, like you said, any length
Seriously.
of time, bro. For real, for
Seriously.
real. Well, anytime I see someone with no pads on a vert ramp, I'm like, bro, be careful.
He took them off for the video.
Yeah, but I'm also just worried.
But
Like, I'm
that's
like,
such
please
like
be
a-
careful.
It's such
Don't-
like a
I don't wanna
bro
get hurt,
move
bro.
is to like take your pads off for the
Yeah.
fucking footage.
Yeah.
It's like, who really gives a shit? Like, for the picture, I get it. But for the clip, I don't,
Nah,
like, it's
fuck
like,
it.
it'd be the same.
Yeah.
Because it's like, the video is like only to prove the picture.
Yeah. Exactly.
Like, and that's, I don't think a lot of people would agree with me that like the video is like, I would rather see the picture than the video.
Really?
Yeah.
I'd rather see the video.
For sure.
Why?
Like, because if that picture was composed properly, as well as the trick was composed, that picture will have a greater like impact emotionally and like viscerally.
Because you can analyze it for so long. I do feel you.
There's so much uncertainty about it.
Yeah.
And so much that isn't in there.
Yeah. But at the same time, with the
so
video,
much that is. And
you can play it back, bro.
Yeah, with the video, because you've got everything that you need.
Yeah.
In the video, so you can just like rewind it 1,000 times and like see when they turn their shoulder and like what direction they're looking and like all that kind of stuff. It like spoils the surprise.
It does, but if you're trying to, it's a good way to learn how to do shit.
Yeah,
like I love analyzing tricks like deep like
that.
For
me, like for kids, especially that are starting to skate, like if you would figure out how to do the trick, if you would like see the picture and figure out how to do the trick on your own, it will probably look different.
Yeah, because it's your own style. Yeah.
It's going to be your style, not theirs.
Yeah. Hell yeah. I feel like fucking skate photography, like it's such a cool medium of photography that regular photographers don't really understand. Like
that's why Atiba is like, even in like regular commercial photography, one of like the fucking best in the industry right now.
Yeah.
Like
I fucking love his shit, bro.
Oh yeah,
he was an inspiration when I started taking photos. I mean,
maybe
still is now.
The greatest skate photographer ever.
I would say so. Yeah, that's not far fetched at all.
Blabak was is pretty good. Grant Britton is like probably my favorite because of the pictures that he's taken. Like all of his pictures were the first pictures I saw.
Yeah.
And
so they have a special place. Yeah.
Yeah, and there's still like some like all those Mark Gonzalez pictures from the 70s and like the fucking Stevie Cab pictures from the like,
fuck yeah. That's the type of shit you cut out.
Gonz is a little older. I think those pictures are from the 80s, but you get what I mean.
Yeah. And then like you have a whole wall full of that shit in your room.
Skateboard magazine, the Skateboard Mag. I don't even like when that went under. Like, but the Skateboard Mag. I had like a 2012 issue of his that I found at a half-price book that my mom took me to when I was like 14. Mm-hmm. And she would never fucking let me get Thrasher or anything like that, or take me to the store and let me buy it or anything like that.
Yeah, my mom canceled my Thrasher subscription at one point.
And
once she found out what it really was.
I got the Skateboard Mag, and it had a huge spread of Stevie Cab doing like old pictures that Grant took from the 70s. Yeah. And it was like backside boneless at Del Mar in the deep end with his Vans checkered highs. Yeah. Like
old Vans checkered highs.
Yeah, doing a backside boneless, like he made that trick up.
Yeah. Like fucking crazy.
I did a couple of them today. And in the high top Vans old schools.
Good shit.
Like that shit sticks with you.
Yeah.
That anything like that, like the music that you listened to when you were a kid, the fucking colors that your parents decided to paint your room when you were a kid.
Yeah, like, they're always gonna have some weird colors. Impact. Yeah. Which is odd because now that it's funny you say that. Like, I grew up in a room that was painted blue for my whole life, and now I haven't. It's been a few years since I lived in a room painted blue. I've really started to like love the color blue a lot more, and like different shades of blue. And I wonder if that's some kind of weird influence.
You're used to having it around.
Yeah, and now I have less blue. Like I'm looking at your Surge. Really liking the blue on there, bro.
Yeah, fuck this can.
And this deck back there too, it's got that blue part in the black. That's fucking.
Dude, I could teach you how to paint stuff like that.
Please do.
Take that off. That's spray paint.
Oh, dude, please teach me how to spray paint shit.
Yeah, dude.
We could. I'd be down to spray paint on that. That's a deck that got broken by the op. Don't really want to go into that.
Yeah.
But
it'll be for the Patreon show.
Yeah, when the Patreon comes out, donate and we can get that shit started. But
if you guys would just no, I'm just kidding.
Just fucking send me money.
Yeah, right.
Nah, really don't do this shit for the money, but that's always gonna help trying to make it better. But bro, you're taking the tech deck shit off. This man has like people that don't skate see me tech deck and they're like, "Oh, you're weirdly good." This guy is like legitimately weirdly good. Like he's got it like that. Check this shit out.
No,
Hang on. Let's move. Let's get a tech deck demo going real quick.
Okay. Let's get this going here.
Yeah.
All right, yo. Somebody
it's
call.
It's gonna get real.
somebody called Mike Frazier, or what's the fingerboard guy that started Black River?
I don't know any pro fingerboarders, gonna be honest. Fuck. The way he gets into a nollie nose blunt, it's beautiful. It's kind of a shove out.
Oh my god.
I feel like the Street League. I'm like the Street League commentators right now.
Oh my god. Holy moly. I'm blowing it.
He's blowing it, guys.
I'm like Nigel at the Olympics right now.
Fuck. Dude, that was crazy to see. I thought he was going to do a lot better. Oh my god. You see this? Nollie crook. Nollie flip out.
Oh, I'm trying to get that nollie flip, man. Oh my god.
You got it. Don't get camera shy, bro. Don't get podcast shy. Okay, that was kind of it.
Switch
Bounce off the
front.
ground a little bit. That was sick.
Switch front people.
Damn. Dipped it.
Switch front Smith. Oh no. Look at that angle.
Last year, my homies and I used to go skate at springtime, and then we would come back and fingerboard for hours. That was fucking dope.
Oh my lord almighty. This isn't my fingerboard.
Yo. Yeah, you said you got like a pro setup and shit, right?
The kid at springtime stole it.
Fuck, really?
Yeah.
Hey, they listen to the podcast.
I'm gonna beat you guys up.
He's coming for you.
Oh my gosh. I'm gonna get that nollie nose blunt fucking nollie flip right here.
Oh!
What is that, like a nollie dog
I don't know,
flip?
but I think that's the ender dog.
that's
that
the
was
ender.
fucking dope.
Yep.
He was killing. I have like an A-frame too. He's
Get
fucking murdering that shit
Berlin Wood to
earlier.
sponsor me. Flat face fingerboards. Black River trucks. I'm coming for all you pros.
All right, but bro, also, here you go. By the way,
give me that shit.
fucking, we're about halfway through. I don't want to, fucking go this whole thing without asking you also about your music and shit, because you don't just skate.
Oh, yeah. I mostly skate nowadays, but that's, yeah.
Do you make music, or do you do covers? Like,
I play jazz, like guitar,
Uh-huh.
and so most of that is just playing the standards, but you're interpreting it with the band. So like
Okay.
whatever the feel is, like, if they're trying to dance, or if they're trying to, like, if people are eating, or if people are just sitting down, like it's like a dinner music type of thing. Like usually anyway.
yeah.
Like weddings and wineries and like that kind of stuff. And every now and then you get like a fusion type of thing where like it's in a bar and the dudes are trying to play like funky stuff.
Yeah.
And that's like the most fun, because that's really what I like, is like funk and like some fusion and
Yeah.
like elements of like 70s progressive rock and
That's such
stuff
a fucking.
like that.
I want to be in that atmosphere,
Like,
bro. I gotta go see a show.
It's
sometime.
it's so much fun. And of course, jazz groups hate guitar players, because
Really?
it's like,
There's beef?
here comes Jimi Hendrix. 'Cause
I guess that makes sense.
yeah, that's usually what it is.
Yeah.
Especially in South Texas, like a lot of the, especially guys who consider themselves to be fusion players, are just really bad and really loud and really obnoxious.
Yeah. Damn.
Because they are trying to be like Mike Stern or Jimi Hendrix or fucking any of those other jazz dudes who, not that Jimi Hendrix played jazz, but like jazz dudes who played a solid body electric guitar that considered themselves to be proficient in fusion styles.
Yeah.
But really they would just play the fucking blues.
Also,
over,
those
like,
guys are like one of a kind figures.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? You're not gonna
Like-
be that guy.
like the whole part of that makes it jazz fusion is that it's jazz fused with funk and blues and rock and that other shit.
Yeah.
So if a fucking fusion guitar player is saying that he is a fusion guitar player, but all he knows is blues and funk and rock and like maybe some Mahavishnu songs and jazz fusion stuff, like it's not like, probably doesn't really know what he's even doing.
Yeah.
And that's unfortunately true with more guitar players than any other instrument.
Damn.
Especially in jazz, like specifically in jazz.
That's
like,
weird.
The guitar players are always the ones who know the least.
That's weird.
Yeah.
But would you say you're different than that?
I try to be. Holy fuck. Like, Jesus Christ. Because I have a big ass fucking amp like that. And I have a Strat. Like, I fucking, like, I'm super loud.
Yeah.
Like,
So people have a.
so I try to make the way that I play speak for itself.
Yeah.
Like,
Which is good. That's what you should do.
So, like, the whole idea of it is to not fuck up the song that's being played and the atmosphere that is being put across by the group.
Yeah.
And so as long as you don't fuck up either of those things, the song or the atmosphere, like eventually you're going to get given some room to play.
Yeah.
And that's what it's, that's
and
what I do.
That's when you can
That's what I
impress
do it
people
for.
and
Yeah,
shit.
that's what you do it for. And, but this is like the same thing with skateboarding. Like I heard Ray Barbie say that he used to think that like 80% of the enjoyment that he would get out of skateboarding was landing that trick. And 20% of the enjoyment was everything else that he did on a skateboard.
Yeah.
And now that he's old, he says 100% of the enjoyment he gets out of skateboarding is just the other stuff, not landing the trick.
Wow,
Like
that's interesting.
Everything that's just trying it.
Yeah.
Just having the opportunity to try it.
Yeah. I actually feel like I have tried to actively be more like that.
Everybody should.
Yeah.
And
because you'll get, also if you just focus on landing the trick, like that's where you get frustrated.
People who get mad at the skate park.
Yeah, I was
lost.
I was on that a
They
little bit the other day.
Like they lost skateboarding.
Yeah.
Like they completely just like they lose.
Yeah, yeah. So like every time I get like that, I'm like, oh fuck, I need to just chill out.
Yeah.
You know?
Like
I got pretty obsessed with the half
The reason
cab
why
crook.
you're doing it is to have fun.
Yeah, that's why I stopped trying the half cab crook, because I got so obsessed with it, and I was like, dude, this is killing the session. I haven't landed a trick in like an hour. What am I even doing just going back and forth? Seriously. So I was like, and I bet next time I go, bro, I'm gonna get that shit first try. So it don't even matter.
Because your body knows how to do it. And like if you watch that neuroscientists on the 9 Club recently,
I need to watch that.
Andrew Huberman. You should
I saw
watch
it was on there. I haven't seen it though.
It's cool because he's a neurologist.
Yeah, he's
like
not a skate guy at all.
He is a skate guy.
Oh, really?
Back in the day, like he was like
that's even cooler.
He was pretty fucking good too.
Really?
And yeah, he talks about like how like as soon as you wake up, don't fucking look at your phone first thing. Go out and get the sunlight into your fucking eyes for 15 minutes before you like do anything else.
Yeah.
And like don't drink coffee for like the first hour and a half, and like all this kind of stuff. Like when you think about it, like your body is able, like every aspect of your being is programmable, whether or not you are aware of that aspect of your being, whether or not it's physical or whatever, psychological, emotional, it's all been programmed by the energy that you direct towards your thoughts.
And it can be reprogrammed.
It can be completely by redirecting the like energy that you direct towards your thoughts into other thoughts. Like, because there's no such thing as an original thought.
Yeah, they say that about art too. There's no such thing as an
original idea. And so which ones are you going to use? Because most people think in English, like their internal dialogue is in English. And so the semantics behind the words that they use to direct the energy towards their thoughts into is what their reality is being made from. Yeah. Like literally. Yeah. Like, because of course the energy that you direct towards your thoughts is what reality is made of. Like that's all it could ever be, is like your whole thing is just all of the energy that you've directed towards all the thoughts you've ever had. Yeah, yeah. And
that's why like shit that really bad that might happen to you like when you're young can change the way you look at the world for the rest of your fucking life. But you can also change that. You know what I mean?
Absolutely,
it's work,
you can. No matter what has happened in your life, whether you were fucking addicted to heroin, whether you are addicted to heroin, whether you like are in an abusive relationship, or whether you have any sort of thing about your life that is like not what you would wish it to be, you can fucking change it.
Yeah. And like, that's beautiful, bro.
Yeah. Like no matter what the fuck it is. I had all these different things that I hated about myself, and I decided to change all of those things. Yeah. And it wasn't a matter of like, anything other than decision.
Yeah, and now you're in a much better place. And you did that yourself.
I'm at the skate park, but like, and that was a long time ago. All that stuff was, but it's really, if you think about it, the most profound kind of thing that you could get your head around feasibly is that at every moment, the energy that you are directing towards your thoughts that you're having, and that part of your mind that shines the light on those thoughts and like goes in, like that projects itself forward, is a microcosm of the macrocosm that people who are Christian call God. And so that means that the force that is trying to tell this flower to be this color and have this many petals and everything is trying to tell you it's already decided your life, just like it already decided the color of that flower and how many petals it should have. It decided everything you should ever do and like what your life's supposed to be about and everything. And that's what they call God's will. And it's really nature's will because of course you are a microcosm of the universe, and like the cosmos would just like how your conscious kind of male, like propulsive force in your consciousness is male. That's why they call it male and God male, is because that is like an equation semantically that you can use. And it actually works in that it reflects nature. And the cosmos would then be the female aspect of it. The actual physical expanses of the universe would be the microcosm of your subconscious and the expanses of your mental plane and everything like that.
Yeah, and you see that in a lot of religions. Maybe not Christianity kind of gets away from that, but
it's
like a lot of religions,
more coded. It's a lot more coded in Christianity.
And that's a whole nother. I mean, I always felt like Christianity was kind of like the Catholic Church was low key.
The Catholic Church specifically has a lot of symbolism and a lot of. It's mostly symbolism because that's how people encoded information in those times when that was like the main thing to think about. In like ancient Egypt, they would encode information with like changing the spelling of a word. And if you knew that it was actually still that other word, you would know what they were talking about.
Whoa, what the fuck? That's crazy.
So that's like a Freemason type of thing where you like spelling earth, ERATHHH.
What does that mean?
Like, if you don't know, then you don't know what they're talking about. Like the earth that they're like the kind of conceptualized earth that they're talking about. And it's like, that's like, just coding your language. And the thing about like that internal dialogue being what is propelling your reality forward, being in English is kind of a dangerous thing nowadays because words are so powerful. And the meaning of words, people don't really understand the implications of the words that they're using.
No, I'm so with you,
And so you're putting yourself in equations that you are not aware of the implications of. And that's the case in any sort of thing, but you have trust in nature, right? But not trust in the complex nuances of semantics. So to say that you are human or to say that you are a man are different things that mean completely different things. Like Hu was like the Egyptian sun god 5,000 years ago.
Part of why English is such a weird language too.
And so with music, that I feel is, if you study musicology, music philosophy and everything like that, is the natural language of the universe, because the most basic and agreed upon definition for music is organized vibration.
Which is a crazy fucking...
Which is everything. So,
it's true. Like, I mean, light is like vibrations, right?
Kind of. It's everything that you could ever possibly imagine is a matter of vibration. And so if you as a musician are able to actually use the vibrations that you're able to actually influence in the sphere of existence that you actually have access to manipulate, you're able to reciprocate, reciprocally cause sympathetic vibrations in all the other planes of existence.
And you can speak to anyone through music.
So music is the highest language of nature, and it's how the galaxies talk to one another.
And that's why Lil Pump was hyped. Lil Pump, Lil Pump,
That's
Lil Pump.
why Kanye West... No, I'm just kidding.
Everything he just said, all this deep-ass shit for the last 10 minutes, comes back to the fact that Lil Pump went hard at one point. Hit it. I need it.
I'm going to freestyle right now. Don't get me started.
Bro.
No, I'm just kidding.
Honestly, though, I was about to say, we got like 10, 20 minutes left. We can fucking freestyle if you wanted to.
See, I'm not a rapper.
Hey, but another form of kind of freestyling, you said you've done stand-up comedy a few times?
Most of the times that I've done it was just like you go up and tell a bunch of George Miller jokes. And so it's like...
using someone else's material.
Yeah, so it's like, you know what? You want to hear the worst thing to say to your wife? Yeah. That ought to hold you for a while, Gertrude.
So, did you ever have your own material, or just doing George Miller shit?
Well, I always like to put spins on stuff, because those George Miller jokes, like George Miller would write jokes for other comedians. He was like a comics comic.
Yeah.
And so his jokes are archetypal, where you could literally switch around you could just change the subject matter and keep the delivery and everything, and it'll still work.
It's still gonna work. Yeah.
So he's like
it wasn't technically his material.
Yeah.
It was your shit, but you were using his formula.
Yeah, George Miller, because that's what Seinfeld was using in the 70s.
Really?
Yeah.
What the fuck? I didn't know that. Yeah. And everyone says like Seinfeld's the best comedian ever. Yeah.
Technically, because George Miller is like the comic, where it's like he understood the practical implications of telling a joke.
Yeah, to a point that
to an audience
really knew.
Where he could have you thinking that he's thinking a certain thing, that he's a million pages above it. Like, it's really kind of like, it's like Mark Twain shit, Aristotle, like Plato. Like, if comedians who have read that stuff, like, you can tell.
Yeah. Like, I've always thought that like a good comedian is
Norm Macdonald, Emo Phillips. Go look him up.
Yeah.
I'm sure you've seen Norm Macdonald, but Emo Phillips you probably haven't.
I've heard of Emo Phillips. I haven't seen any of his stand-up, though. Some good shit, though. Jokes.
When I was a kid, I was never allowed to open the cellar door, right? For any reason, under any circumstances. My parents, it was forbidden to open the cellar door under any circumstances. And, that made me really curious. So one day when I was like 15 or 16, I decided... my curiosity got the best of me, and that I was going to open the cellar door. And I could never have imagined what I would have seen on the other side. It was like nothing else I'd ever seen in my life, and I'll never forget it. I saw the trees, grass, the sun, the sky, clouds, a bumblebee. It was incredible.
So fucked, bro.
Yeah, I was locked in the cellar my whole life. If you didn't know.
But that's the type of shit that like dumb people don't understand it. And honestly, you've told me that joke multiple times. It always takes me a few seconds to really get it. Like even then, I feel like it seemed like I was like, oh yeah, but like it's partially because I've heard it, but also like. It's just so deep, bro. And you get lost in the story.
Yeah, and when I was a kid, kids would always make fun of me at the playground. They would call me things like neo-Calvinist and barf breath and things like that. And I would run and chase after them, but luckily for them, the chain would snap my neck back.
Okay, in a more modern sense, because there's a little bit of age difference, but these like that type of shit kind of reminds me of, you ever seen Anthony Jeselnik?
Yeah,
he has a similar.
He would have watched that shit because he would have been a little kid watching Letterman when that was on.
Yeah, for sure. I feel like Anthony Jeselnik too, like he used to fucking tweet every time a tragedy happens. I don't think he does that anymore because I don't think people would vibe with that anymore.
Rip all the people at 9/11.
No, type shit, really. That's why he used to tweet like insensitive ass shit every time a tragedy happens.
I have a newspaper from like a month after 9/11 that said that there were only 600 people that died.
Really? What the fuck?
It's kind of weird, right?
Yeah.
It's a real newspaper.
What the hell? You gotta show me that.
That's fucking weird, right?
Bro, I feel like you always have such weird knickknacks, dude. Like you're always bringing around some crazy shit. I fuck with it though. It's always a surprise.
It keeps me entertained to have these things in my life to see people react to them.
Yeah, dude. I was at Springtime one time, dude. You gotta meet. I mean, you may have skated with him once or twice, but this dude Connor. We're just skating. He's like, wait, I gotta go to my car for a second. I'm like, okay, he's probably going to get water or whatever. He comes back. He's just got like a recorder. And he's like,
he starts playing Through the Fire and Flames on expert.
hot cross buns.
I actually saw somebody the other day play a Michael Brecker. If you're into jazz, specifically saxophone, Mike Brecker, look him up. Saw somebody play one of his solos on a fucking recorder.
Oh shit, that's crazy.
And it's like some of the most virtuosic funk that like you could ever possibly imagine, where you're just like you're fucking orgasming.
Does it hit on a recorder like that too?
Yes.
Fuck yeah.
Yes.
Dude, the recorder's a funny ass instrument though.
And Mike Brecker is the fucking one of the greatest saxophone geniuses to ever fucking lived. Like the next John Coltrane, you know, like there's like a lineage of like virtuosity with a certain instrument. Like you had Segovia in the early part of the 1900s, and then you had like Roy Clark in the fucking 50s and 60s, and then you had Jimi Hendrix, and then you had Eddie Van Halen, and then in the 90s people always argue about who it is, Kurt Cobain or whoever, Steve Vai or whatever, but Mike Brecker was after John Coltrane for the saxophone.
Oh shit, okay.
So like,
so he's got some crazy shit going on.
Yeah.
He's killing the sax.
He would literally quote old like bootleg recordings of Coltrane. Quote him in his fucking funk.
That's fucking wild, bro.
Yeah.
That's fucking dope.
Yeah, it's some of the most fucking out to lunch shit. Mike Brecker, like an old saxophone player, a friend of mine, Bob Sundberg, he played for Wayne Newton for 10 years. He was his main tenor saxophone player. And Wayne Newton was the Frank Sinatra of the 80s and 90s. And he was his main soloist in his band. And,
that's fucking wild.
He played saxophone in the church that I play guitar for. And,
oh, really?
For a while. And he still writes our charts and stuff, too.
Oh, shit.
And we would always just go out and smoke cigarettes after service and just shoot the shit.
Yeah.
And I would always pick his fucking brain. Just like, tell me more. And Mike Brecker was his favorite.
Fuck yeah. That's beautiful, bro.
Fucking, he would turn me on to these records like dudes like Herb Ellis, Emily Remler, fucking Gil Scott-Heron, James Brown, if you haven't heard, Parliament Funkadelic,
James Brown I've heard of.
Steve Hillage, Gong, Asherah Temple. Like, he didn't turn me on to all that,
Gong?
but people need to go look that shit up. Asherah
like
Temple, Gong. Yeah, I could talk about that band for a whole nother hour.
We'll have to do the Gong podcast sometime. Is it like named like Gong? Like
it's conceptually probably some of the most detailed and advanced music art that was ever made with rock music instruments.
Yeah,
like,
it's a big title though.
Gong, yeah. Like conceptually and artistically, it's about as advanced as anything ever got.
Fuck.
At all.
Yeah.
And the only things that are more complex conceptually nowadays are corporate. Because they have so many working parts and people make money off of it. But this was made for the sake of it.
Yeah, which is way doper.
Yeah. So yeah, the Planet Gong is like it's almost cultish because of the conceptual complexity and the density of the fucking information that's within it. Like, because, you know, the fucking music being the ultimate language, the nature of reality is what, like, you are using, like, you're exploiting the very nature of reality by using that language.
Yeah.
And so you begin to get hip to the way that things work when you, like, vibrationally and relatively and
well, when you're that deep into it, you start to figure out shit.
Like, it's a matter of brainwave entrainment in most cases, where the firing of your neurons are being manipulated by everything that you perceive, whether it's from your eyes or your ears or your skin or whatever. The rhythm of the firing of your neurons is really easy to manipulate. And that's
what they're doing.
That's what they're doing.
Yeah.
That's what everything is doing, no matter what. Like whether it's the 60 cycle kind of, because the power that comes out of your walls is 120 volts at 60 hertz. It's an AC signal. And so if that's going through an incandescent bulb or even an LED, it's being turned off and on 60 times a second.
Yeah.
Your eyes can't really see it, but it still is manipulating your brain waves. And that's like getting this conspiracy shit, but that's the way that neurology works.
Yeah.
And so there's this 60 cycle undertone under everything. And because that's just the circumstance of the age of electricity, which has other implications too, that are... we have machines now that can fucking manipulate our brain
we got a lot of machines.
Specifically synthesizers.
Yeah.
The instrument, and the ones that I'm talking about don't really always have keyboards. It's just knobs and switches and cables and shit. Those things are perfect brainwave manipulators.
Didn't they say the Nazis used to use like synthesizers to...
Nikola Tesla used to use sine wave generators the way that he described it, I'm not saying that this is how it worked, but this is how he described it, was that he would manipulate his brain waves and cause his body's magnetic field to sympathetically resonate with the Earth's by manipulating his brainwave frequencies with sine wave generators that he built. And he attributes doing that to everything he knows about, like that, everything he invented.
Yeah. Fucking wild, bro.
He calls it like the Akashic Records. He literally hooked his body's magnetic field up to the Earth's, polarized it to it.
Yeah.
And all this information was downloaded onto his head.
Fucking hell. Tesla's a wild guy.
Yeah, he was pretty wild. But
a lot more wilder than Ben Franklin.
But if you happen to smoke a lot of weed and listen to a really good fucking record, you're gonna fucking kind of feel what he's talking about a little bit.
No, 100%. Yeah, no, and like it just, you can tap into that shit.
The brainwaves of the people who are making it, because all of the people who are making it in that jazz combo that you're listening to, their brainwaves are concatenated, they're synchronized.
Yeah.
And so if you were to get on that wavelength, it would be visceral, where you're feeling the same like physiological things that they were feeling when they fucking were doing it.
Yeah.
And even further than that, the frames of reference intellectually that they were using to create the sounds that they're making and the patterns that they're generating and everything like that are being absorbed by your perception, where you're able to see, just like how when you see that skate video of that dude doing that switch front crook fakie flip out, that's how he is representing skateboarding.
Yeah.
That's how his whole philosophy of skateboarding, which kind of underlies his philosophy of life, is being represented in that moment.
Yeah.
At that moment.
Yeah.
And so with an improvisational jazz musician, their entire perception of reality and their idea of the nature of themselves is being represented in that very moment. And so everything about them is just flowing out of them.
That's what art is. It's like...
That's what art is supposed to be. That's why it's the ultimate language.
Yeah.
Because it's the only thing that
This podcast is the deepest parts of me. If you could call this art.
Yeah, like getting to the...
But it is, though. It's like I'm getting to the core of... I mean, exactly. I do some talking on here, but really, like... I'm getting to the core, like right now, I'm getting to the core of you.
Yeah.
You know what I mean?
Like some music.
And not going to lie, we've skated a lot, especially recently, but I feel like in this last hour, I've learned more about you than I have.
Yeah, dude.
And that's beautiful. That's
art. What the camera...
I hope that people can tap into this vibe that we
It's what the camera and the microphone are for. Like, if I'm given an opportunity to say the things that I'm about, I know exactly what I'm about.
Yeah.
and it's music and skateboarding.
Yeah.
And I have a really fine understanding of those things.
Mm-hmm.
And I love to share what I think about those things because it is quite a lot.
Yeah. No, but I mean, you got such good shit to say, and like I like that you look at it in an intelligent way. Because,
I try to.
You know, you skateboarding and music, you can look at it in a way where it's like, oh yeah, bro, let's just fucking. Not that I don't like this type of music at all, but it's like, oh yeah, bro, let's just fucking hop over. We'll record like 4 tracks. We'll just freestyle the whole thing. We'll put them out. You know, it's like, oh, that's sick.
That's
and
how
they're
DJ
probably
Screw
gonna.
did it.
Yeah, they're probably gonna go hard, but like, if you were to
Put
really
more
put
thought into
some
it.
thought into it, yeah, then and it's the same thing with skating. You can jump down a big ass gap and it's gonna be dope. But if you think about how it's where the like you're talking about that
Everything
parking
of
garage gap, where it is, and then you're like,
That
all
gap is
right,
beautiful. You're
what's
gonna
the
see
best
it
trick to
someday.
do on this gap?
Yeah.
You know what I mean? Or a ledge, bro.
It'd
A
be a
ledge you
nollie
can
back
make
heel,
art with.
But I'm
Like,
just gonna bonus it.
is it gigantic? I'll hit something
It's
on
big.
it.
It's big, but it's so idyllic, like fucking beautiful.
Not to brag, but have you ever seen the fat back 180 I have on my Instagram?
Yes,
Down that grass gap?
Yeah, I'll go watch it.
Okay, fuck yeah. Fuck yeah. That shit is probably one of the bigger gaps I've ever hit.
I used to do
Is
that.
it around that size?
Yeah, it's probably a little bit bigger.
Okay.
It is fucking big, but I think you would actually need a bungee cord to do it.
Really?
Yeah.
Oh, shit. Or a motorcycle?
Yeah.
Bro, speaking of gaps / drops, so, you know where the Mexican place is right by Springtime?
Yep.
You go left at that light.
Yep.
There's some strip center.
Yep.
Fat Jaws type drop. You seen that shit? It's
I
like a little
haven't.
grass gap.
I haven't.
Really? Bro, next time, like maybe if we head out at the same time, or if you're still there when I'm headed out, you come with me real quick.
I want to see
Just
it.
to see it, because you're probably not, I mean, I don't know, you like to do, I mean, you'll probably be like, fuck it, I'll boneless it.
Yeah.
But like,
I will, I'm
this
boneless
shit
boy.
is fat, bro. I want to back 180 it really bad,
Dude.
but I just like don't know if I want to drop down it more than a
Fuck
few times. It's
yes.
fat, bro. But it's basically like basically a flat gap. It might have a little bit of angle
Yeah.
to it, but it's not that much grass,
Yeah.
and then just like a fat drop. It's gnarly.
I can't
dude.
wait to see it.
Yeah, hell yeah. But
Yeah,
bro,
dude.
I feel like this is a good spot to wrap it up.
Yeah.
I'm also like, we've been talking a lot. It gets my throat dry. I don't know how much longer I could go. But
Yeah.
I appreciate you coming over, bro, getting on the mics.
Yeah,
and
dude.
We'll definitely have you on again for sure. This has
Sweet.
been a great conversation. So this has been the homie Grant. Hope you guys fucking enjoyed this shit. If you want to donate, help us get a better set, better mics, just make this show everything it could possibly be. The splashiest splash time it could ever get.
If you're actually watching at this point, I love you.
Yeah, we could fuck.
Please, just like hit me up.
Come over, we
I'm
can
on.
make.
I'm on OkCupid. I'm on Meet Me. I got banned from Badoo and Tinder. Don't ask me why. I don't know either.
Did you
But,
really?
Yeah.
R.I.P.
Yeah. I don't know.
But we can make that 50 Blake orgy happen.
Just
I mean,
one
he's not-
Blake is fine.
But there'll be a donation link in the description. If you want to check out the audio only version on Spotify, that'll be in the description. Both our Instagrams will be in the description.
I got feed pics on Patreon.
Fuck
No, I'm
yeah,
just kidding.
check out
I'm
his
just kidding.
feed pics.
I'm just kidding.
Hey, I feel like
If somebody wants them, if you're watching at this point, then you might want them.
yeah. So
So-
if you want feet pics from either of us, please just hit us up on our.
I'm a size
Instagrams.
13 and they're pretty hairy. So
I'm a
hit me up.
size 8.5, and they're fucked because I skate.
Cheeto toes all broken.
Bro, one time, real quick before
My
we
toes
go,
are broken right now.
One time, her boyfriend on a truth or dare, like, oh no, spin the bottle type shit, drunk as fuck.
Sucked your dick.
Sucked my skater big toe, and I was like, it's gonna look fucked, bro. Trust me, it's not the most beautiful thing you've ever seen. But this has been fucking splash time. You got anything else you wanna fucking hit real quick before we head out?
Tell you, the only thing I want to hit is this fucking handrail with this fucking fingerboard.
All right, then we're gonna get to fingerboarding, and please follow Feeble Worldwide. Go subscribe, and we'll see you guys next time. Peace.
Why